Bonjour tout le monde! Welcome to our last week of online learning. We made it. Feels like we've been doing this for a year. I don't think I'm the only one that feels that way, but I'm really proud of us all for making it through. Please know that this is not easy for your teachers, and this is not the way that we would prefer to teach you and interact with you all. Of course, we'd rather be in the classroom with you, and we've been missing you. So it wasn't easy for us, but I know it wasn't easy for you all either. So I'm really proud of you all being flexible and adapting, and doing what was asked of you and what we threw at you. I know it was probably difficult and hard to motivate yourself to work all the time, but you guys did a really good job and I'm very impressed. So merci beaucoup, and hopefully we will not ever have to do this again. So this week we are going to be working on direct object pronouns, or in French they're called pronom complément. Sorry, there's a bug. And we actually kind of started working with these a little bit when we were talking about Halloween. So this is when we learned how to use le, la, les to mean his, her, it, or them. So we're gonna go back to this a little bit for this last week of school. So for Monday and Tuesday, you have notes over using direct object pronouns with one verb, where you should place it in a sentence. And then you have a worksheet that's scrambled sentences. So I'm giving you a sentence, but all the words are jumbled up, and you need to find the logical order of those words to make a sentence with a direct object pronoun in it. And then there's also a second page with just some pretty simple translating sentences from English to French, I think. And then, so that's due Tuesday night at 10 p.m. Then for Wednesday and Thursday, we're going to learn how to use direct object pronouns when we have two verbs in a sentence. So, for example, when we're using the future proche, so je vais étudier les maths ce soir. I'm going to study math tonight. You would say je vais les étudier ce soir. I'm going to study it or them tonight. So we're going to learn how to use the direct object pronoun when we have two verbs in a sentence. And then, of course, you have a worksheet over that as well. So do the notes in the worksheet by Thursday night at 10 p.m. Then for Friday, you're going to read a story that uses a lot of direct object pronouns in it. You have some comprehension questions for that story, and then again, some more sentences to rewrite using the direct object pronouns with one verb and with two verbs. So I know it's just a lot of rewriting sentences this week, but that's really how you learn this, especially when we're not in class. I usually have games and some activities to do to help us learn this, obviously, but those don't translate well to you doing them yourself. So I apologize, it's a lot of writing sentences this week, but I hope the repetition will help you learn it well. Because these pronouns are really useful because it makes you sound more like a natural speaker. Because we do this all the time in English when we replace a pronoun with a direct object pronoun. So, like, I made the cake, I decorated the cake, then I ate the cake. We wouldn't really say that. We would say, I made a cake, I decorated it, and then I ate it. So it just makes you sound more natural. And then I'm also going to give you an extra credit opportunity. I will post some examples of it from previous years. I have some pictures of examples, and I also have example on a PowerPoint that I made, but it's going to more so have to do with the environmental stuff and commands. So this was going to be an in-class assignment that we were going to do together for our environment unit. But I didn't think it was an essential assignment to give you for that unit, so I'm just going to give you the assignment as an extra credit opportunity for this last week of school, in case you are someone who's been turning things in late and getting points taken off your work. Then this will be an opportunity to make that up. So, but again, it's not required, it's just extra credit, so if you don't want to do it, you don't have to. But this is one of my favorite things that we do for this unit, and I always put them on my bulletin board. At the beginning of the year, you see all of them there. They are the public service announcements on how we can help save the earth. So you need to think of a overlying theme. So in my example, I think it's save the bees. and then you need to do 3 commands as to how you can save the bees or whatever your topic is. So my topic is save the bees, and then my commands are plant a garden, buy local honey, don't use pesticides that kill bees. So those are 3 commands and how you can save bees. So you can pick any environmental topic that you'd want to write about. Cleaning up parks. Some people have done save the dolphins, clean the oceans, or save the ocean, conserve electricity, conserve water. And then if you do conserve water, you can say don't take long showers, turn the water off while you brush your teeth, things like this, okay? So definitely use word reference, use your dictionary. If you're Google translating, I will notice it, I promise. I have been noticing every time people have used Google Translate through this online learning. Just because we're not in the same room doesn't mean I don't know. And you can do this tense, okay? So do it on your own, but use word reference. And then you're gonna make a little poster or like an online graphic with pictures. So you'll see in my examples, if you make one by hand, you can send me a picture of it, and then if you don't mind, keep it, and I'll hang it up in my room. Next time I'm able to see you and you can give it to me, I'll hang it up, because I think they're really nice decorations for the room. And or if you want to make it with like a digital program, even Word, you can make it on. You can make it digitally too, and that'll be an easy way to insert pictures, but you should add pictures that represent your topic and the commands that you're giving. So hopefully that makes sense, but I'll give you 10 extra credit points if you do it. So that will definitely help you if you've gotten late work, or if you're just worried about your grade, or if you just want an extra credit opportunity. But it will be due Sunday night at midnight because I'm trying not to make anything due next week. So send me it digitally or send me a picture. I'm not making a tab for it on the assignments tab. And I think that's all I wanted to say about that. So let me know if you have any questions about that. Again, I will post examples, so look for those on the PowerSchool page for this week, and another explanation as to how to do that. Speaking of late work, if you still have late work to turn in, please do turn it in, even if it's from the first week of this online learning stuff. I think Mr. Corda said we can accept late work until the 18th or 20th of May. So I will take late points off your work, but that's better than getting a 0. I don't take that many points off. So please do turn in your late work to me, so that I can take away some of the zeros that are in there. If you're not sure what you're missing, you should just have a 0 right now for everything that you are missing. Also about finals, I have a meeting this week to talk with the other languages about the finals. Mr. Corda, I don't know what he's told parents and students, but he has told us that we're not necessarily required to give a final. Certain departments are, so some of your teachers will be giving you a final. Some of us are not required to, but we do have to give you some sort of assignment that's kind of a review of the entire year. Which I'm hoping that our department will decide to do that instead of a final exam, because I think maybe it will just be a little bit more productive, and those exams really do take a long time for your teachers to make. So it would be nice to just give you an assignment as opposed to making a final exam that I don't really know would be that productive. So I don't know for sure what I'm going to be doing for finals for French class. I will have a better idea at the beginning of this week, so stay tuned for that. Also, I've been doing Zoom office hours every other week, so this week normally I'd be doing them, but I think I'm going to save it for next week when you are working on whatever the final review ends up being, because I think you're more likely to have questions on that than you are this week. But of course you can ask me questions about the pronouns next week too, if that's part of your questions. So I will update you on when I'm going to have our final Zoom office hours, and I will update you on what we're doing for the final when I have decided. Until then, à la prochaine, au revoir.